Welcome, everyone. Welcome into Purple Lunar Rose Tarot and Astrology. Guys, today we're going to do a quick energy check-in. I know normally we look at the masculine and feminine energies, but we're going to focus on the masculine energy today. I have noticed that there are some big shifts happening. I do feel like it's going to have something to do with the astrology. Guys, I feel like Pluto could definitely be picking a fight with our masculine energies. Remember, guys, everyone has masculine and feminine energies. I always say the masculine energy is the energy that makes you lock your doors at night, right? It's the protect and provide energy that we all have. The feminine energy is your nurturer and caretaker energy. Again, we all have that energy. And it's the energy that makes you wash your hair and just love yourself, right? So right now, the masculine energy definitely seems to be taking a little bit of a hit. We do have the Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse coming on May 5th, guys. And as I was studying for this lunar eclipse, I noticed that Pluto is kind of squaring off with this lunar eclipse, Mars and the North Node. So this makes some really strong and difficult decisions for the masculine to be facing as we come across this Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse. And we all know that Scorpio, of course, is ruled by Pluto. So I do feel like for those of you that your masculine energy contains Scorpio and strong placements like Sun and Moon, I feel like these energies can be very strong and very impactful. So let's talk about masculine energy a little bit. I actually pulled out a few cards that kind of give me the sense of masculine energy. I picked out the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. And no, guys, I didn't pick the Pentacles because it's money. Pentacles actually represent a lot more than just money. Pentacles actually represent responsibility and duties. And that's really a lot of our strong masculine energy, right? Protect and provide. And so, if you think about what these cards represent, the King of Pentacles, well, all kings take action. And the King of Pentacles, provides material items. Knight of Pentacles, we see the Knight of Pentacles a lot in our readings. And Knight of Pentacles represents like long-term commitment. It's a card that says that this knight on this horse knows that the job he's undertaking or the journey he's fixing to go on is very challenging, very difficult. It takes a lot of work and it's going to take a long time. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is also an energy that gives me a masculine energy because the pages, remember, they're students. They're not at their fullest potential. Pages are always very young, very new. But some pages are more excited than other pages, right? So the Page of Pentacles always gives me this masculine energy of excited to start a new journey. And so as I was going through just some regular Rider Waite, these cards definitely stuck out to me because I do feel like the masculine energy right now is very focused on what their responsibility is in this lifetime, what they feel their mission or their duties are. And they're definitely trying to fulfill those responsibilities, right? But now as we have Pluto again with, ruling Scorpio and the Scorpio energy of all the death and transformation, it's like the masculine energy is really at a little bit of a crossroads here. And I noticed this in the Etsy shop. I did get caught up today, guys. So if you did get a reading in the Etsy shop, those are all going out today. And thank you, you guys that were so patient with me as I got caught up. But yes, guys, I definitely feel like it's going to be very strong. I feel like some of you guys are already feeling it. I've again noticed it in the Etsy shop. And I'm not going to really waver here. I'm not going to change and say, oh, I think that we should do something different at this point. Remember, guys, I know this can actually be a little triggering for some of you, especially because of Pluto and the Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse energy that's coming up. But it's definitely about the purpose, guys. It's not about the person. If we think about that for a little bit, people are experiencing this journey in so many different ways. And it's not everyone's journey is exactly, they're not the same. And there's some people that, they're on a specific spiritual journey, right? So if you follow me and my message, pull at your messages, pull at your heartstrings, like I say, that's because we're on the same spiritual path. We have a very similar spiritual journey. Again, not everyone is on the same spiritual path or spiritual journey, but everyone does have masculine and feminine energies within them. I do feel that if you're drawn to me, it is because we're on this similar journey. And I do feel that this specific spiritual journey, these energies can swap back and forth between you and your counterpart. In other words, the person that catapulted the spiritual awakening, right? So really strong energy moving in for masculine. And I want to do just an energy reading with those shifts in mind as we move it through there. And I'm going to pull some guidance for both divine masculine and divine feminine at the end. Because I really want the feminine energy to stay focused on their soul's trajectory, the path that their soul chose for this lifetime. Is it possible that you'll render assistance at some point during these big shifts for the masculine energy? Of course. But I don't want you to stray off the path that you've worked so hard, to get down. So let's do a little masculine energy. So not the masculine and feminine. We're just going to look at the masculine's current energy. We will look at the bridging energy because remember, that's what they're working on also. I'm going to do a little head, heart, higher self so that we can tap into their thoughts, their feelings, and maybe what higher self is teaching masculine energy right now. Again, I will pull guidance for both. Don't forget, guys, we are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I see Facebook, I see Twitch. I don't see YouTube. I hope it's all okay over there. But I'm going to go ahead and go on with the reading. So I pulled out Denise Lynn, Sacred Traveler, because we're really needing to tap into some higher self messages here. So remember, guys, this reading can definitely resonate if you're on the same specific spiritual journey. And really doesn't matter whether your counterpart is incarnated in this lifetime, if they've passed, if your masculine and feminine energies are within. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Eve. Just in time, ladies. I was worried about you too. I know we're on at a little bit different time, guys. And a lot of times YouTube won't send a notification on, especially when I do these last minute lives. So make sure if you're subscribed that you hit that notification bell to all. Because, yeah, YouTube is definitely a little finicky, right? All right, so we're really focused on masculine energy. Masculine energy. Let's get current energy. And I totally forgot to boot Spencer, guys. So, he's going to huff and puff and talk to us over there. All right, so I have embracing enthusiasm coming out. I do sense a form of new excitement. This is a card, though, that says shouting to the heavens with happiness. And I don't necessarily, I'm picking up with a little bit of a reversal energy, like they're not necessarily shouting with happiness, but there is excitement that the shift has arrived. It's almost like something has been pending and it's like, let's just get it over with, or like, let's just deal with it type of energy is what I'm getting. We also have grounding, go deep, explore your roots. And I do feel like this is a very deep energy. Again, Pluto making the most impact. And of course, it's all Pluto, but Mars, the North Node, and the Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse making major aspects, transitions at the same time can definitely cause this energy to be very deep and very intense. And I feel like that just describes Scorpio, right? Grace and gratitude comes out. Through gratitude, joy expands. And I feel like that's going to be kind of the outcome as masculine energy works through this heavy energy. Infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. And this definitely is what happens, right? When alignment happens, when you align with the path that your soul chose, guys, that's when manifestation is the easiest. All right. So I'm going to use the energy oracle to do the head, heart, higher self space. So I am getting a sense of excitement for change, but I am sensing that it's internally deep. It's something that's been pushed down, hidden for a long time. That's going to be that Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse. It's the eclipse that's bringing out what was hidden. In grace and gratitude, I'm kind of getting like this energy of cleansing, removing all energies that are no longer serving the masculine energy. And then it's definitely this energy of like gratitude for the cleansing, for the removal of the negative energy. All right, so let's see what's going on in the masculine's headspace. So this is going to be thoughts. Remember, some of you guys are already feeling this energy. Some of you have not dealt with it yet. That Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse is going to come in on May 5th, guys. It's the end of next week. I'm going to say I think it was a Thursday. Sandra says, all will be illuminated. It's so true. So true. And that's what full moons do. Now, the eclipse can definitely be illuminating something that's a lot darker. Door to value comes out. So, I really tried to make the pentacles not money, right? But I mean, masculine energy, because they do have to provide, unfortunately, that's a lot. I mean, they provide more than just material things, but unfortunately, in the world that we live in, that is the focus, right? And so it's like masculine energy is focused on door to value, what's going to benefit them the most. And I know some feminine energies can see that as a, I don't know, like you probably don't like it when I said it. But I understand that, but I also understand and have compassion for the masculine energy, because I understand that that's the only form or like the only way that they can provide or fulfill their responsibilities. So whatever it is that the new energy is bringing in, it's almost like the wind is carrying it in. But whatever that energy is, that they're not necessarily shouting to the heavens with happiness about, but just kind of being ready for it, prepared for it. They've been building, the energy's kind of been building and preparing. I'm almost sensing like masculine energy, like putting on their warrior suit, like knowing that the battle is ahead, which is pretty interesting because we've moved from when Mars was in Gemini and was really in that battle. So it's kind of surprising to me, I guess. But I mean, really, had I studied this energy ahead of time, I feel like it wouldn't be as surprising. But yeah, door to value is like whatever this is bringing in, it's like they know it's going to contain some value. And that kind of clears up a little bit of energy for me, because it helps me understand why the energy is like willing and open to it. Because when I realized that like they're not shouting to the heavens with happiness about this shift or about this change, I was wondering like why then? And it's going to be because it benefits them in some way. It brings value, and this can definitely be monetary value. You can see like money actually just flying in, right? And it's number 31. I want to see what else comes out in the headspace. Let's keep looking at the headspace. All right, so we have third chakra coming out and healer of the ages coming out. So a third chakra is kind of telling me that this is a solar plexus. This is like where masculine, well, where we all hold our personal power. So the grounding, going back to roots, is also kind of giving me a little bit of information. So it's like this masculine energy is having to, well, maybe literally go back to their roots. Like this could have something to do with like parents, maybe childhood wounds, and this is where they've lost their power. And it's like now, as they're going through this cleansing, as Pluto is causing this massive, death and rebirth transformation, they could definitely be having to go back to their roots to see like where they originally lost this power and why they continue to give it away. And the healer of the ages is here also. So it's like in the headspace, this masculine energy knows that this is what needs to be healed. This is what's like keeping the abundance from coming in. It's like what's blocking the doorway, right? All right, let's pull a little heart space. All right, so in the heart space, we have number 34, door to personal healing and happiness. That's a good sign, right? I feel like right now, feminine energy is just really harsh on the masculine energy. Impatient, maybe even a little unforgiving. I know I'm probably stepping on some big toes right now, but I'm just being honest, guys. I mean, I don't know how else to say this, but hi, my name's Rosa. And like, it's tough love season, really, like tough love season over here at PLR. I mean, we just really need to put the focus where it belongs. I do feel like this masculine energy is in the heart space. They could even be communicating this information, but there's this energy of walking away from something that's kept them locked up or blocked or like away from everything else, because she's leaving the gate, and the card actually says that she's shutting the gate with no intentions on returning. So it's like, again, the Pluto energy, again, more massive death and rebirth. And the card also says that like where she's going out to is into this expansion, into this light. It's where spirit and source is. So again, it's giving me like a massive spiritual awakening, right? And that's really very collectively been happening, I would say, very strongly since March. All right, what else for the heart space? We have door to spirit. So heart space, feelings, emotions are very spiritual, very intense. You have 34, 27, and 32. And I feel like there's definitely messages coming through. And it's interesting to me because this is normally like higher self space here, and you have grace and gratitude, healer of the ages, and door to spirit. So definitely going through massive transformation, but it's spiritual transformation. Again, I feel like the only reason masculine energy is going through the threshold of door to personal healing and happiness is because they think it holds value. It's going to bring them a value of some sort. And again, for many masculines, it could really just be money. Sandra says the feminine has felt grumpy, not blaming anyone but the moon. It's true. Feminine is grumpy. Masculine energy is definitely, it's like, when you're watching people in a race and they're like, the guy is fixing to like shoot the gun to hit, like to let the runners know that like they can go, you know what I'm saying? And the runners are in that like position where, like their legs bent, and it's like they, I'm trying to say, it's like, it feels like that type of energy. And feminine energy really, I mean, I just don't know. I don't know how to express how important it is to have unconditional love. And Unconditional love means no expectations. I feel like when we get to the guidance part, that's definitely what we're going to see. Because I can't see spirit going, oh yeah, stop what you're doing and go do that instead. All right, higher self. Let's see what the higher self is teaching masculine. So we have strategy. It's time to journal. It's time to write things down. Some masculine energies could actually be journaling or even looking back at old journals. I'm getting like there was some expectation that something was supposed to change, and so much time has went by and the change never arrived. So again, 31, 34, and 21. All right, woman holding a heart is also, I knew it. See the action card? It was like, you're just right there. 44, woman holding a heart. So higher self is teaching us masculine energy about unconditional love. And we just talked about that. Everybody's like, what does that mean? It means that you don't have any expectations. It means you're working your path and your soul's journey, and you don't pay attention to what anyone else is doing, but you love them regardless to the utmost ability, right? And it's like there's this really strong push from the feminine right now that has so many expectations, and I really just can't, studying all the astrology and the charts, and it's like I can't figure out Venus, like what is she doing up there that's causing this, but I can sense it very strongly. So the action card is here. Oh, thank goodness. All right. So the victory card is on the bottom. So it does tell me that whatever's happening here, masculine energy will be very victorious. But I also know that it may not be the way that the feminine energy is expecting. All right. I want to pull a little tarot because I want to see what is the action. Let's just use some regular old Rider-Waite. Sandra says, ready, set, go. Hi, Jenna. Faith. I know, different time, guys, different time. All right, I just want to pull a little bit of tarot. I want to look at the action card. I want to see what is the action. So the action card in the Energy Oracle talks about how the horses are moving so quickly that there's a blur. It's like it's so fast, like the gunshot has went off and the person takes off running, right? And it's number 17. So the 8 is sticking out to me, the infinity, but also the 7, because we are at the end of the 7-year cycle. I feel like feminine energies have really blown through the end of that cycle, really tired of the waiting for like the cycle to close out. Masculine energy very hesitant and moving into the new cycle, and that definitely could be the hiccup, like the energy we've been feeling for the last couple of days. And it's like as Pluto squares off with this Scorpio lunar eclipse, and then Mars and the North Node and all these different transits, everything happening at the same time. It's like, it almost feels a little forceful, like it's just time, a little shoved to the back. And I've been feeling that for masculine energy since I started doing these readings. And I've always had such compassion for masculine energies because of that, because I always feel like the feminine energy has so much time to really process and think things through and learn and be guided. And it's like masculine energy, I guess they have the same amount of time, but it's like because they make different choices, it's like by the time they get on the same plate, it's like this go, go, go type of energy, right? All right, so let's see, what is the action? What is the action? So the Lovers comes out, so clearly focused. I know everybody's like, oh, it's the divine feminine. No, it's the difficult decision. And the difficult decision is choosing themselves, choosing to fill their own cup so that they can help and love others. The Hierophant comes out. Of course, I say all that, and the Hierophant does mean marriage, and then the Empress. So it's like, oh, just forget everything I said, right? All right, so Temperance is here. Okay, so the Lovers is my clue card for the twin journey, of course, right? But the Lovers does say that there's a very difficult decision to be made here. This action doesn't tell me if this masculine energy makes this decision. It just says that this is where their focus is going to be. This is where the higher self is trying to lead them or guide them. The Hierophant is about making something official, but it's also about conforming. For some masculine energies, this could have something to do with marriage. And then, of course, the Empress is divine feminine energy. This is about abundance. I'm almost getting, it's almost like the higher self is trying to tell the masculine energy that there needs to be balance. They're so for the pinnacles, right? They're so for like the cash flow or like the physical material item, and it's like right now their cup needs to be filled. Right now there needs to be a pause or a break. Masculine energy feels like it just has to keep pushing. That's what they're supposed to do. But what happens is when any energy keeps pushing, whether it's masculine or feminine, it breaks, right? It's like it gets worn, it gets tired. So it's like you have to fill your cup. I definitely feel like Temperance coming out says that masculine energy does decide to do this. It's like this energy realizes that the masculine and feminine needs to be balanced, and there's definitely like more self-care needed. All right, let's pull a little guidance. And remember, the guidance I'm going to pull is going to be for both masculine and feminine, because I feel like feminine energy is feeling these shifts, feeling these energies. The good thing is that feminine energy is realizing there's definitely this like a knowing or understanding now when it's not your energy, like when it's something else or someone else. So that's a big breakthrough if you ask me. But now it's like this energy of feeling like you have to do something or you have to go and fix something. One of the biggest misconceptions I see in this journey is like people think that like the feminine is better than the masculine, or like the masculine is better than the there's no better than, right? It's one soul. It's equal. There's just as much power on both sides. All right. So the journey card comes out, big confirmation for those of us on the same journey. It says focus on how far you've come, not how far you have to go. You will find help in unexpected places. I do sense that it is the journey, the actual twin journey, that gives this masculine assistance. That could be with manifestation, strategizing, and planning. It could be with making the difficult decision. The faith card is also here. It says, believe you're not alone. A spirit is right beside you. Ask for guidance and it will come. I think it's interesting that this card came out. Do you guys ever notice? And it's not just PLR. Like, there's other twin flame tarot readers, but have you ever noticed that it's always like a really strong divine feminine following? Like the following is mostly divine feminine, and I'm so glad that divine feminine is so powerful and strong and courageous to awaken and ascend and learn. But put yourself in the masculine energies shoes for like just a moment, and see how like the feminine has gathered their soul tribe. And should the masculine energy have done this too? Well, yes, of course. But if we have compassion for the masculine energy, we can sense that there's definitely this lonely, alone feeling, right? There's this feeling like feminine energy has the soul sister, soul tribe, soul family, and it's like supported by the universe, right? And it's like masculine energy always, it seems like, has this sometimes like overwhelming feeling of aloneness, or like on their own, or like not supported by the universe. Does it make it true? No, of course not. But that's how they feel. That's the energies that they're feeling. So I can definitely have compassion for that. So yeah, believe you're not alone. Spirit is right beside you. Ask for guidance and it will come. Flexibility is here. I definitely feel like this masculine energy is really feeling the forceful. I know they took the label of a planet away from Pluto But guys, Pluto is a very powerful sign, a very powerful planet. And if you're a Scorpio sign, it's like you know this because Pluto is your ruling planet. You're going through death and transformation and rebirth your entire life, right? So it's like this energy is very strong. Whether masculine energy has Scorpio or not, but for those that do have Scorpio, I feel like it's going to be very strong. It says gently flow through the turbulence. Life has the ability to shape you, bend, don't break. And I do feel like that's what's happening collectively for masculine energy. I feel like feminine energy, this is definitely for you also. It's going to shape you, bend, don't break. But right now, it's the masculine energy that feels the intensity, that feels like how much more can there be? Are they going to be able to not break, right? So definitely my guidance, my suggestion always is always going to be to have compassion, to have mercy, and to definitely send all of your abundant, unconditional love and light. All right, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I hope that reading was helpful. Let me know in the comments if this is a reading that you would like me to do more of. I know, again, that normally we really focus on both the masculine and feminine, and I do feel like that's important, but I can see how in the energies, the cosmic influences that we have coming in these next few weeks, being more focused on the masculine energy can definitely be beneficial. All right, guys. I unfortunately cannot offer any free readings today. I am going on a little outing with my sister just to run some errands, but I wanted to make sure to get this reading out. I want to make sure to let you guys know tomorrow. I did have to change the time, guys, for our unlisted private live event. I'm going to be doing the Twin Flames May 2023 current energy reading. I'm going to talk a little bit about my own journey, guys, and we're going to talk a little bit about the North Node and the big move that it's making right now and how that affects you. Guys, this is a paid live event. We tried this last month and it worked out great. So all that information is going to be on my Facebook page. If you haven't followed my Facebook page yet, you're definitely missing out. So the link is going to be in the description box. And guys, I understand some of you don't have Facebook. You can always message me through the Etsy shop. You can always email me at purplelunarose at gmail.com, or you can, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, all the things. But yes, guys, I changed the time. It's going to be 3 p.m. I've pushed it back a little bit so more can attend, and that's going to be 3 p.m. Central Daylight Time tomorrow afternoon. So I really hope to see all of you guys there. Thank you so much for coming in here and hanging out with me. Hi, Pooja, Gemini girl. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I love you guys all so very much. If you missed it, go back and watch the replay. We really focused on the masculine energy, and I think it's really important that we all kind of stay on the same page. All right, guys, I'm always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Have a good rest of your Monday.